Good afternoon, everybody. This is the Warren Brothers Sports Show. I'm such a narcissist, I'm watching myself. Let's just turn that down there. There we go. All right. Still not very low. It's not low enough. Come on. Volume. All right, there it is. That's for when Paul calls later. I can hear him. Damn music not playing again. What's going on? It's still too loud. I can still hear it. All right. There we go. Okay. So, this is the Warren Brothers Sports Show, and we are here on the Warren Brothers Broadcasting Network, here on the YouTube.com, as you already know, because you're watching. And if you're not watching, then you don't know because you're not watching. And I'm not talking to you then because you don't see me because you're not watching. But if you are watching, here we are. And we've got, it's a huge game tonight. We got a big one. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. Cleveland is hosting a huge game tonight. The Miami Heat come into town to play your Cleveland Cavaliers. You psyched? I know I am. 6 o'clock tip-off down at what used to be the Q, whatever it's called now, Rocket Mortgage Field House, whatever it is. Wait. Oh, there's another game tonight, isn't there? Somebody else is playing? The Browns. That's right. Your Cleveland Browns are hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Got a whole preview for that, too. I didn't do very much work on that. I was all...
That ancient rivalry.
The rivalry that kind of ended 30 years ago, 25 years ago when our team moved, and the Ravens Steelers kind of have one. Do we have one with the Ravens? It's like that was an actual poll all week. Like, who's our biggest rival? Well, ourselves. Let's stop being a bunch of, chronic masturbators and beating ourselves and maybe try to beat other teams. That's a novel concept. Sorry to get a little crude there right in the first segment, but that's a very Browns problem. I'm going to delve deeply into that. Later in the show, we'll have Dave Hughes calling in. We do a little NFL pick'ems. We go call that segment "Diving Headfirst into the Spread" because we pick the teams. It's mostly a food joke, but if you're filthy, you can take it that way too. Or just you're fat and you love margarine, and just face first right into a big bowl of country crock. A little bit of baseball stuff that I have. I did no hockey. There's nothing much to discuss in regards of previewing Kent State or Ohio State. I mean, we're here on a Thursday afternoon, and we got two big ball games tonight. But there's a little bit of baseball news. Cheater extraordinaire Justin Verlander won the Cy Young Award. How is he a cheater, you may say? It's their hitters who steal signs. Well, Verlander, there's no way that guy's not on roids. Allegedly, and I'm the one alleging. I keep forgetting to turn on the other damn light. Now it's far more luminous. Wait, now I can't hear myself in my headphones. Maybe, oh no, they're loud enough. All right, good, fine. So I'm not getting reverb on the other thing. Doesn't matter. Thank you all for joining me, both of you, at least on there. I said I hit 90 views yesterday. So if 90 of you actually watched this nonsense, thank each and every one of you. It's, of course, the other one that said I hit 186 on the Sunday post-game show. Now it says 17. So I don't trust YouTube. But I trust you. Thanks, YouTube, for everything you've done for me, which is, I guess, letting me ramble on without shutting me down yet. Like that other station did. Because I made jokes. I was politics. Politics are silly. Watch this. It's the impeachment. They're trying to impeach the president of the United States. Sure, yeah, I get it. He's a reality TV star, but he won the biggest reality TV show that there is, the election. and now we're at the impeachment level, and it's coming more across as a bad, I don't know, high school debate than it is in actual proceedings. I'm Schiff. I've named myself judge, legislature, and executive of this entire hearing. I expect like one of the dudes from Monty Python to just like take off a fake nose and him being the guy, like a wig. It's a Schiff wig, and it turns out it was just like the guy I find the funniest, whose name I don't remember right now. One of the Terrys.
You got a really big chair.
Oh, the big chair thing. My goodness.
You have a big chair.
And I mentioned this yesterday. That him and his big damn huge chair make thrones from French, European, Victorian times and things like that. Big Spanish thrones. Like the Queen of England doesn't sit on as mighty a throne. It looks like a girl's sweet 16 birthday chair. If you've ever been to like a Puerto Rican girl's 15th birthday party and the big deal that is, it makes that chair look like a folding chair. It's a big damn chair. He's the Hugh Jackson of whatever the hell he is. Because Schiff's not even a politician. Is he a lawyer? What is he? He's just shifty Schiff. That's I don't know, but apparently he is currently the most powerful man in the United States. And if you don't believe that, he'll tell you so. That's pseudo in line with the news, because I got to get off the damn Twitter. I like Twitter, but man, is Twitter a pain in the ass. And you want to know what I mean when I say that? Because you go so much as have a civil discussion with a person. You're both pretty tired of the Republicans and the Democrats. They're all a bunch of politicians, even the ones who don't get into who get into office despite having very little actual political experience. They didn't hold office before. They're still politicians. It's still politicking. It's still what that job is. It's the business of it. You're not helping your constituents. You're working more towards election and re-election than you are doing anything else. That's the job. It's your job. You are a politician at the end of the day, whether it be that you own a company, you're a CEO. The young man in Illyria. I'm psyched that a 32-year-old black dude beat whatever the hell Greg Brinda's wife was doing for years. Brenda, and whatever nonsense her nonsense was about. I'm glad somebody, an independent, mind you, no party line, even though he probably has slight leanings one way or another. But someone who actually ran as an independent defeated somebody in a mayoral election here in Northeast Ohio. But, still a politician at the end of the day. Donald Trump was always a politician. Still politics. So either side that you're on, Shifty Schiff, he's a politician. Every single dude who was asking these guys questions yesterday, politicians. This is a sports show. Hey, that's right. Started rambling. It's a lot of topics to get to in a sense, because I know Paul's going to call at some point because he's in Pennsylvania, and I want to be able to know that I hear him, because these last couple times that he's called, the audio hasn't exactly come through. So if you've watched, you can't hear Paul. I couldn't hear him when I reviewed the show last night because, again, enormous narcissist, love watching myself. I literally will post it that got a laptop, a TV, a tablet, a phone, watching on everything. Just me. Because I'm there too. So I've got it all around me, and I'm watching me, listening to myself. Just it's glorious. The narcissist that I am, and so to make sure that the phones are working, I got to make sure that's going to happen, because at some point, Paul is definitely going to try to get a hold of me, I'm sure. I don't know what that was. Something just little deep. It might even just be Twitter notification or something. So That's the other thing I got to figure out how since I go live, I want to like stream it live on other platforms, but you just go to YouTube. Everybody's got a YouTube. It's free. Technically, you can watch this for free. And I won't do the Patreon spiel right now because that's a commercial and that's for later. Oh yeah, I got to remember to do that at that time. Okay, so that's for then, but that's not now. Let's see here. Cleveland Cavaliers. I trumped it up like it's a really big game. It's a pseudo big game. It's a kind of big game. It's not that it doesn't matter. 10 games into the season, 4-6, not too shabby. And a big part of why that's important is they're being coached well. They have talent, and it certainly isn't that. See, this might as well play it now. It doesn't make sense to you have your intro song. You play it 10 minutes in. That's what I do. That way, the next one will be ready to go as soon as I deem it necessary to be ready to go, because the break's going to be right after. So basically, my point being is Beilein is doing a heck of a job coaching this team, and you see it in the stats. He's got his 4 main scorers. He's got 3 or 4 other contributors. He's got roughly, that 8-man rotation already down 10 games in. Important thing right here. I don't know how much I can stress this. In each of the first 10 games, the same guys have started every single game. That's a big deal because basketball and baseball have a parallel there. You only work well together when you are working together. Our starting infield last year had guys like Eric Stamets, Max Morhoff. Was Flaherty in that lineup? I don't think so. It was like the guy before Freeman, Miller. We had so many injuries on our infield and that questionable outfielder thing. We didn't look like we were going to cohere as a group, and it's why May sucked as much as it did, because these guys were finally healthy for your Cleveland Indians. I know what I do. If you're following, thanks. But it's why we had the problems that we did, because it wasn't until about June that these guys are all like, hey, we played some games together. Now we're together. It's a cohesive unit. We can put this lineup together and trot out virtually the same lineup almost every single game. And that's something that was missing in with the Tribe in the first couple of months. You relied heavily on your pitching. Those guys started to get hurt. You weren't hitting for jack squat in May. May ruined your season. Don't do this whole April-May thing. Don't lump it together. It's not the truth. So your Cleveland Indians missed out on the playoffs because of a dismal May. You were in dismay. All right. But with that being said, that's what the great parallel to the Cavs are. Fine, they're 4-6. Currently, that's 8th place in the East. Could you have, not last year, you couldn't have imagined it. You were 0-10. Oh man, you were just bad last year as a team. So Tyronn Lue was your coach those first few games. Not necessarily a slouch in that respect. And then their fellow was Larry Drew, an actually decent head coach, formerly in the league. But he was your Greg Williams of basketball coaches. He signed me to a long-term head coaching deal, and I'll do it. No, Larry, we're not doing that. Let's see how this year works. We will guarantee we won't fire you this year, because going through 3 head coaches in the same year, the Cavs have done that. Indians have done that with managers, I'm pretty sure. I've got to go back to the 80s to find that kind of stuff. I don't think the Browns ever did that. Yankees would do it. Yankees done it a bunch of times with managers. Fire Billy Martin halfway through a season, third of a way through a season. Crap, 20 games into a season. Hire somebody else, fire that guy, bring Billy Martin back. I think. I'm pretty sure. Well, what we're going to do now is we are going to head on off over here to the Warren Brothers Traffic and Weather Center. I want to remind you here, traffic wise, that you should turn on your damn headlights. I don't know. The sun's going down at 5 o'clock. There's days where there's no sun. So yeah, traffic. Turn on your damn headlights. It's 9 o'clock. I'm driving around the other day. Guys don't have their headlights on. Don't even do that in the summertime, you freaks. Weather-wise, it's 32 degrees. Very cloudy outside. We're going to reach a high of a balmy 37 and a low of 25, which we already had. That was overnight. The low already occurred. You can't get lower than we've already been. Kind of hoodie and coat weather. So wear both. In the news, hey, and this goes back to my Twitter rants. Did you know there are 3 distinct brands of government? Branches? Sure, brands at this point probably. But branches? It's the judicial, legislative, and executive. That's right. It's not snap, crackle, and pop. That's what I thought it was. I learned, because I paid no attention in my high school civics class. That's how old the person who was giving me a hard time was. It was still called civics when she went. Social studies, maybe? That's not fair. I'm not going to make... That's because she had to make sure in her Twitter that she posted she's a great grandmother. Good for you. Way to be a fantastic grandmother. That's awfully proud of yourself. Me, I'm just a great person. So anyway, this clown Schiff, he thinks he's all 3 branches. He is snap, crackle, and pop. He's acting like he's the judicial and the executive. Judicial's nowhere to be seen. And then regarding the executive branch, that guy's just out golfing. That's all he's got time for. What we got time for right here, right now, is a live read, which is what I'm going to do. Because we got to let you know about another fascinating YouTube program. It's another YouTube channel. My niece's channel, Get Out and Play with Melody. My niece, Melody Bacha, has an entertaining YouTube channel. Get Out and Play with Melody. If you yourself have kids, maybe nephews or nieces, you're just babysitting, or you just like to be entertained yourself. It's kids content. But man, it's funny stuff. It's like when you watch a Looney Tunes cartoon. Like, it's not just for kids. It's for kids. It's a kid doing it. Well, in a sense. It's not like Bugs Bunny cartoons were a bunch of 8-year-olds making them. But some men would admittedly say that they acted like 8-year-olds. Watch some of the videos. It's funny stuff. You find some old school documentaries on that stuff. Oh, it's hilarious. These guys are doing the stuff that they do in the cartoons. They're hitting each other with frying pans and nonsense. My niece doesn't hit her sister with a frying pan. I'm not saying that because her sister's in a bunch of these videos. But here on the YouTube, because you're already here you are. You head on over to Get Out and Play with Melody. Sit back and enjoy, your little ones. Even though it is kid-friendly, that whole spiel I went on before, I normally do. And I'm not just saying this because she's my niece. This little 8-year-old kid, man, she is a freaking genius. It will almost sadden you if you went to school for film, because she's better at that than you, too. Here on the YouTube, Get Out and Play with Melody. Like, subscribe, share. Click on that notifications button. Get yourself notified when she will be on. Speaking of when people will be on, most likely we can expect a phone call from Paul Warren any minute now, as he is around Philadelphia, I guess. Again, I heard him crystal clear. That's why I screwed up with that audio yesterday. If you didn't hear his phone call, he's certainly got something on the Facebook. Mr. Cleveland is how you find him. He posts a lot. Top 16 countdown thing. He's got this really good one, and you could go either way with it. Is he takes blonde jokes, and instead of blonde, he just inserts Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and it's the same joke, and it's still funny. You can do the same thing with Trump. You do the same thing; it works. You do it with Schiff if you want with that guy. Pence would probably work. just all the clowns that we have in government. It's. I want them all to show up to an event in a tiny little car, and then just all 400 or 500 of them just roll on out of it. And Trump would be the last. He looks like a clown. You put a funny wig on him. Bill Clinton looks like a clown. Well, a clown with AIDS, but like a clown nonetheless. Oh, with all the redness. It is. I'm showing awfully red myself even. But my God, he looks like W.C. Fields if he was anorexic. Bill Clinton looks like an anorexic W.C. Fields. I stand by that statement. Executive producer Dad didn't find it funny. I say that Bill Clinton looks like an anorexic W.C. Fields.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, thanks. All right, good. I'm with it.
I thought it was funny.
All right, good. All right. We got the go-ahead from executive producer Dad that's a good joke. Not such a good joke. Old BJ catching balls without his hands. That's funny. All right. If I word it correctly, it's good. The Cavaliers, though, before we delve into Browns talk, make sure Paul hasn't called yet because that'll happen sometimes too. Because I will tell you, Paul is as punctual as they come. That is a guy where if he says he's going to call you at 12:20, he will call you at 12:20. However, it is 12:21, and he is not called, and that's okay. It's understandable. I'm going to just rattle off a little bit of stuff about the Cavs real quick. Is that 10 games, that makes the math easy. Because I didn't do a per game thing, but I've done a season-long stats. Your high scores right now are Colin Sexton. Speak of the devil himself. Not that Paul's the devil himself, but, well, hey, anyway, answer a phone call. All right, Paul. All right, so we're going to test this. Well, again, that wasn't the issue. I could hear you, and you can hear me, right? Okay, so now I've got it queued up on this device here. Okay, so now I've got it queued up on this device here. You talk. Okay, so now I've got it queued up on this device here. You talk.
Tracy Ward's house right now.
So now I've got it queued up on this device here. You talk.
Tracy is out. You guys get together. When I'm running up the steps and
Wait, hang on a minute, because Paul. Wait, hang on a minute, because Paul. Hey, Paul, say something again now. Hey, Paul, say something again now.
I'm at the rich part of the world right now.
Paul, say something again now.
I'm at the, like after my museum.
Wait, you're at a museum? What?
Here's what happened.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. Here, let's start this all again.
Stop by. Do their choo-choos with a guy named Mike Connor. Tell like James Stewart for some weird reason. She said he's a tabloid writer. And she actually, I'll teach you hint. She wants to know more about it.
Wait, who wants to know more about what?
And I'm like, oh, because, she wanted to say she had your show on. And I said, yes, it is. So that's what we did.
Who?
And we're having lunch.
You eat a lot of lunch.
Brought the food over to us. It's still at Rocky's, of course.
Yeah, you sure do promote this Rocky's place.
Salami, ham, pepperoni.
Yeah.
They make up an Italian sandwich.
What's on the Italian sandwich?
Hey, Dexter, I didn't know you were going to come over.
You can't hear me, can you?
Yeah, Dexter's here now.
Who is Dexter?
Tracy's ex-husband.
What?
Yeah, she dumped him. And pushed her down when she dumped him.
Uh-huh.
But they're still. But they like your Jerry Sandusky story more than my story right now.
Yeah.
And
What's your story?
yeah, I'll also be able to make it back to the Steelers game.
What do you mean back to the?
Still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. You can't hear me though. You can't hear me, right?
Hello?
Yeah. I'm here. This is. I don't know why. So he hung up. He's gonna call back, I'm sure. What does he mean make the Steelers game? He doesn't plan on being back until Thanksgiving because he's doing some terrible take on like planes, trains, and automobiles or something. I don't even know any of these people he referenced just a minute ago. Hello, Paul.
Still couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me now, though?
I could hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Okay. So, who are these people? Don't give me their names again. I already know that. I think maybe not. I don't know. What's who are they? The one's a tabloid journalist. She's checking out our show now.
No, she wanted to know about your Bill Cosby story.
Well, all right. Well, have her call the program sometime or something.
Okay, and I'll tell her that.
That's fine. I thought you were eating lunch with her right now.
I am.
It's really rude of you to constantly call me when you're eating lunch with other people.
Okay, fine. We'll call after that, all right?
No, it's fine that you call. I'm just saying maybe not, don't be eating lunch with other people. I mean, I guess it's fine if they're fine with it. And so who,
They're fine with, okay?
if they're fine with it, then fine.
Yes. Because her ex just walked in the door a couple minutes ago, so that's why she didn't mind anything until now.
Uh-huh. So it's all you being on the phone with your brother isn't weird. You all eating at Rocky's Deli and this woman's ex-husband walking in, that's weird.
So we're not at Rocky's, where she just brought lunch from Rocky's.
Okay. So hey, is there anything sports related at all in this whole thing, or is this just you telling me another random story?
Well, it's another random story, but unfortunately, I'm gonna hear more about the Creed versus the Ukrainian guy.
What was the Ukrainian guy's name again?
Let's see.
Zlatko? Stoli?
Yeah, Drago.
Drago, that's it. Drago. That's Russian for the dragon. I don't know that for sure.
But it's going to be on pay-per-view tonight. I mean Sunday.
Yeah.
And we're going to watch the Steelers game. Brown Steelers game
Somewhere, huh?
Rocky and Creed.
Hey, you know where you should go?
Where?
You should go to that famous watering hole in Philadelphia. It's always sunny in Philadelphia. I'm sure you're enjoying all the sun there. Whatever the hell, Patty's. I think it's Patty's Pub. Head on over to Patty's Pub. They'll take care of you. I mean, you'd be the only patrons in the place because it looks like no one's ever drinking there. But tell Charlie I said hello. Charlie's a good guy, friend of the show.
I'll do that then.
Yeah, he might be down with killing rats or drinking green paint. The guy's weird, but he's fun. He's a fun guy.
So I'll be going there tonight after practice with Creed.
Oh, you're actually gonna watch him do a little punch in the bag punching.
Yep.
All right. Well, hey, that's good stuff there. You're actually doing kind of some work, sort of, kind of. So good. It's not a complete waste of my time.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And just something for the viewers and audiences. Who knows? I might meet more Philadelphians from other stuff.
Oh, I know for sure you'll meet more.
Oh, hi, Paul.
Dad says hello. Executive producer Dad is saying hello.
Hi.
Yep, I said hi.
Paul says hi back. I think it's coming through there. You've got that's you couldn't see him because the other camera's pointed at me because I'm a narcissist. You're the one who came up with that idea though. What were you saying?
Oh, nothing. But yeah, I'll meet the Johnny guys. Especially, I'd like to meet up with that real short guy too.
Who's that really short guy?
I forgot his name.
Wait, from where?
He wears glasses and he's balding.
Balding? Wait, is he that other guy at Patty's Pub? What?
You look like Danny DeVito.
Yeah, that's Frank. Frank's there too. He and Charlie are best buddies. Yes.
Yeah, I'll tell Frank you said hi. And
No, don't tell Frank I said hi. Just Charlie.
Okay, then.
Don't say a word to Frank.
But Mike says
Definitely don't say anything to Dennis.
It is James Stewart, his voice.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna make myself another sandwich.
Another sandwich? Oh, wait, they just brought like a deli tray to wherever the hell you are in Philadelphia?
Yes.
Well, that sounds like one heck of a... What? Huh?
She's rich, so...
Oh, okay. So, well, keep enjoying that rich broad and her food. And,
Okay.
yeah, it sounds like quite the Philadelphia story there.
Yep.
Okay. Well, okay, well, bye then. Bye. So that's Paul Warren's report. He's going to watch Adonis Creed work out tonight because that's boxing. A big match on Sunday on your pay-per viewings to watch Adonis Creed fight Drago. That's a thing. I don't know. But tonight he's gonna go catch the Browns-Steelers game at a Philadelphia bar. Patty's Pub. Frank and the gang. The gang. That's what they call themselves even too. Hey, so that was a segment. Jeez. What are we doing here? We're gonna tell you what the weather's like. That's what we're doing. I always forget that. Darn, that was loud. Oh, whatever pain you might have had to experience on the viewing end there, just know I have it tenfold in the headphones. Oh, that's rookie mistake right there. You got to remember, turn down the USB when you switch over from the phone call to the music swell. Because, man, that music was not swell, but it swelled in my ears. I'm deaf now. Hey, over here at the Warren Brothers Traffic and Weather Center, it's in the traffic. Turn on your damn headlights. It's dark outside. Like for the majority of the day. Sometimes all day. Especially on a cloudy day like today. Because in the weather, it's 32 degrees and cloudy. Expect a high of 37. We already had the low of 25. And I call that hoodie and coat weather, even though I'm just wearing a jacket. If you wear the hoodie, the jacket, the coat, get real fancy. Not that that's fancy, quite frankly. Hoodies and fanciness don't really go together. It's mildly kind of stylish. News over here at the Old Brooklyn News Desk. Did you know that there are 3 distinct branches of government? I mean, I did, but I had always thought it was snap, crackle, and pop. Apparently, it's the judicial, legislative, and executive. And right now, you'd think that Adam Schiff is all 3, primarily because they're holding a judicial-esque thing, but it's the legislature doing it. The judicial's all out. Those 9 guys, I don't know when the last time they even worked was. And the executive's out golfing somewhere. He's tired of pretending to be executive and judicial, so he's just golfing. do a live read real quick, give you this plug. Patreon.com. Yeah, that's right. Because I need to make money. Head on over to Warren Brothers Broadcasting Network once you're on the Patreon.com. And what you want to do is sign up for just $5 a month. And it might be $4 a month. I've seen both. I think both are there. And you continue to get more of this quality programming. Shows such as the Warren Brothers Sports Show. Check out The Calm in the Storm. We've already got episode 1 up there on the Warren Brothers Broadcasting Network. And you can't forget the ever-growing in popularity Sunday Super Show Sausage Fest Spectacular Show. Coming down the pipeline, sooner rather than later, should be Craptastic Shorts, if Paul ever finds his way back from Pennsylvania. And Man versus Booze. I also want to do a cooking show. I think that'd just be fun. Set up the camera, film myself cooking and probably drinking, most likely. So I'm a better drinker than I am a cook. And I'm a pretty good cook. So for about $4 per month, you go to patreon.com, Warren Brothers Broadcasting Network. You can follow my not quite daily Patreon only blog. If you contribute, that makes you a producer, and you can therefore rightfully tell me what you want to hear because you'll be paying me. You're like an executive producer then. That's like literally what it is. So help a brother out. That's why I like, because Paul and I are brothers. That's the tagline. So it's for just $5 a month per subscription. And you spend more daily on stupid crap. In fact, your Disney Plus account's like $12 or $13, and there's no way Disney's as good as this. No. And you're spending more than twice as much, 3 times as much. You're going to spend $13 a month for Disney crap? And what do you get with the Warren Brothers Broadcasting Network for just $4 a month? Better stuff. Like this. Patreon.com. Warren Brothers Broadcasting Network. Well, Dave, see, the cooking with booze thing. See, that bit's been done. So it's not like I can just out and out do it. Like just, hey, do a cooking show and I just drink the whole time. Because that's an old bit. That goes to like vaudevillian times, I'm pretty sure. But, try to put my spin and variation on it. Basically, I mean, the real plan is just take real crap food, like do like hot. That's kind of been done too. Like basically, if the Frugal Gourmet was really cheap and an enormous alcoholic, I guess is where the bit's gonna go if I were to do it. Yeah, all my stolen bits. Shout out to that one guy who was on the show for a month. What's his face? Never gave him a promotion because he wouldn't go turn on computers. What the hell was his name? Brent? Beverly? I forget his name. So Cav's doing some good stuff. Mike. It was Mike. Samsonite. I was way off. And that's stolen too. See? Mike. Yeah, that's right. Mike. That's stolen too. All right. Yeah, I steal everything I do. Real fast, do this last Cavs thing here. Beeline's coaching them excellently. Tristan Thompson is averaging a double-double. Hey, congratulations to Dave Hughes, his last night at you should stick around for several months. You don't still do any radio programming. You're just focusing on the schooling stuff. Just stick around for 6 months until they force you to go away, and then get all indignant because you never stop back or come by, or no one's actually indignant. So anyway, yeah, Kevin Love, Colin Sexton, your biggest scorers, 18 a game. Tristan Thompson's giving you 16 a game. He's averaging a double-double. Jordan Clarkson, 15 off the bench. I like Jordan Clarkson. At this point, though, you need him to come off the bench. You're just going to flip him, and I'm glad you're ready to move on from there. It took me too long to be ready to move on from there. And then you know what's really bad is if I wind up doing anything decent at all, I'll be the first. Like you hear so many of the speakers, like they've done the tiniest thing. They've so much, like they had a job for a week, or like they've been in promotions for 12 years. Oh, we love you. Oh, it's being able to make the stats say what you want them to say. 80% of people have jobs. Well, yeah, most of them are fry cooks. Yeah, but they went here and they have jobs. It's dumb. That's me just being a jerk at this point. Your other so you've got 4 main scorers is what the Cavs have. And then Chetty and Darius Garland combined with Larry Nance Jr. are giving you about 9 points a night. Which is fair for your second level. And the fact that Nance is doing that off the bench is pretty good. So your bench is giving you 24 points a night. So that's a good start. I've been helping you more than their career services are? Well, with work, that's me doing live reads here. Or are you talking about the fact that I actually had you on that other show? Hopefully there are things that look good on resumes. You can literally say, as I had this job at the Warren Brothers Sports Show, but I know with what your plans are, you wouldn't necessarily do that. But it can still help you get actual, real sponsors when you're out there in your van and on the West Coast or down in Florida or something. I think that's where you have a pretty decent idea, Dave. You could literally, I'm not into that industry. No, just for painting. All right. So. Well, I don't know if me helping you out, have I at all? If anybody's actually mentioned Warren, means you gave a free estimate. Means you owe me money. No, I'm kidding. You have to complete the job first. We got to figure that part out. The invoices. I can't say anything else now because I don't want the IRS to audit me and then have proof. So Cleveland Cavaliers. 7 really good contributors. Kevin Porter, I think he's going to find his way, and Matthew Dellavedova, him and Brandon Knight. It's difficult because neither one of those guys have played every single game. Delly, for the most part, has been playing. Brandon Knight has not. And that's tough because they are literally backup point guard guy. I didn't think so. You saying that I've helped more even though nothing's happened, it tells you how little has happened at the other place. Your no help at all whatsoever, Mark, has been more help than their even less than no help. So you're welcome. That's about it with the Cavs.
What is the motto of the 21st century?
The thing that I came up with, or at least
the motto of the 21st century.
The 21st century motto. Oh, is that all I have to do? That tiny little bit?
Yeah.
Is there less than that? Can I do less than that? Virtually nothing.
Less than the absolute bare minimum.
Right. Can I do less than the absolute bare minimum? Yeah, that's what I claim that the current mantra in life is for millennials, for a big chunk of the Xers. For a nice amount of the boomers, for whatever the hell this next generation is coming up after us millennials.
You only asked me to do that little bit.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, kid, could you just brush the snow off of these 2 steps here? You got a broom that's right here. Here's the broom. Just brush the snow. Oh, is there less than that I could do? I'm just gonna walk on it. That'll pat it down. It's fine. It'll be fine. Like literally, take the least thing that anybody could ask you to do, and then
8 tries to get in the end zone.
Yeah. Apparently that hasn't happened in the NFL in the last 26 years ago was the last time anything like that happened. So that's your Cleveland Browns are not going to win tonight if they get if they're going for it on 8th and goal. If they're reaching 8th and goal, I mean, the Steelers have a really good defense. But if you can get into the red zone, you better be scoring touchdowns. Tired of this nonsense with them. Get into the red zone. Hey, not scoring touchdowns. The only reason why you beat the Bills was because your defense was better than them, and you got in the end zone one time.
You know what's wrong with the Browns?
Huh? In the red zone.
Superman, and they think there's kryptonite in the end zone.
There's kryptonite in the end zone.
There's kryptonite in the end zone.
That's not bad. That's not bad. It's you know what I'll go with, because this is how dumb this certain little segment of the probably fair weather Browns fans are, the bandwagoners and what have you, is like they're the kind of people who complain about what the end zone striping is, or it should say script Browns. Maybe have a really big picture of a dog. No, you know what? The end zone's too ugly for the Browns to get into. They're all like, it clashes with my watch, so we're not going to score touchdowns. My shoes would look silly on that part of the grass. There's probably people who actually believe that, who have said that and mean it, not like me and my facetiousness. Last thing with the Cavs, though, for them to win tonight, despite their excellent coaching, the stats that I rattled off there, contain Jimmy Butler. You're not going to just stop him, shut him down, or anything like that. But if you can keep him to about 20 points, he's been the best player to wear a Heat uniform in quite a little bit of time. And dude's a good basketball player. He might be weird, might be crazy. Been on 3 or 4 different NBA teams in the last 3 or 4 different years because of that problem. Right? Chicago, Minnesota. Was it Philly when he traded there too? He signed as a free agent in Miami because he wants to party. And he's not going to lie about it, at least that much. But Jimmy Butler, damn fine basketball player. So contain him, you got a chance. You got a shot. More on the Brown stuff. More on this. There's 2 key components to it, and more than just the ugly stupid stuff. More than Baker Mayfield's wife being on social media, or Baker asking us to be quiet. There's certain times in the game we need the fans to be a little quiet. You thought it was rough against the Bills, and that was a lot of Bills fans making noise. That's what the problem was. And I really like the thing on social media. I'll get to this in a second. But you're going to have a lot of Steelers fans there. It's going to happen. They do it.
They'll be loud.
They will be loud, yes. And it's not because they all travel from Pittsburgh. There's not like just a bunch of really big buses shuttling in toothless hicks from Pittsburgh who don't wear deodorant and because they're Pittsburgh, and screw Pittsburgh. I hate Pittsburgh. But they're already here. They've always been here. They're traveling from Youngstown. They're in Cleveland proper. They're coming from Elyria. I don't get that with the Elyria thing. This isn't me bad-mouthing Elyria and stuff. This is twice I've mentioned you now. But there are a lot of Steelers fans out there. I don't get it. Avon, like all that. Screw all you. Parma. Oh, I bet you there's plenty of toothless aggression in Parma. Oh, Steelers fans with their pink and black and yellow flamingos. Huh?
His swanky Parma.
Oh, good old skanky, swanky Parma. The swankiest of skanks. Parma. Screw you, Parma. No, hey, if I've got any fans in Parma, hey, keep listening. But no, I mean, like, damn. Steelers fans, they're going to be there because they're all around. Go outside one day. I'm in old Brooklyn, and there's moron Steelers fans everywhere. You have to go to the local big grocery store chain that is rooted out of Pittsburgh, and they put Pittsburgh displays up when things happen. They're proud of Pittsburgh. Screw Pittsburgh, and screw all of you here in Cleveland who are Steelers fans, because it's dumb. But they're going to be there, and they're going to be loud. And you know what? Actually, a slight aside here, a really good buddy of mine, and if you've been watching the show at all, Tommy, I do apologize about that little Steelers tirade since your wife is a Steelers fan, and I actually like her. She's good people. But, you have a child together, all that stuff. But screw her, too. West Virginia, Pittsburgh fan. I mean, it makes sense, kind of, because there's, like, no professional football team down there. But still, screw the Steelers and all their fans, all of them. Screw all you bunch of jerks. And they're going to be there at the stadium tonight, and they're going to be loud. Because Baker's going to get to the line of scrimmage. And this is a normal thing. Quarterbacks have done this forever. Bernie did it. Peyton Manning, Brady does it. All quarterbacks do this. Sipe did it. You know, it's that point in that ball game, and you're walking up to the line of scrimmage. And Dad, you know what I'm talking about. The quarterback gets to the line, and he's like,
Yeah.
Baker's going to do that. He does it. And you'll just hear like 25% of the stands just start laughing because they're Steelers fans. Just boo real loud. We have home games. Home games happen here, I guess. They're not like they were at the old stadium where you knew those fans were behind you. And they're not like in those first 10 to 15 years of this new thing of whatever it is until we got sick and tired of it. Myself personally was when we drafted Manziel. And then it only got worse after that. Try to convince people crap on Indians fans, but at least when we don't go, we're not saying, hey, let's find whomever is cheering for the other team to go. No. And it's the thing, and this is what I was getting to on the Twitters, is that Browns fans, they were posting if they had their seats to sell, that only Browns fans buy them. This is a problem that I have, though, is I understand life happens, and it's a heck of a commitment to have season tickets to any sporting event. And it's why I never could justify doing it for baseball. Basketball, I wouldn't want to. Not my shtick. I'm not driving downtown in the winter. Like, that's the majority of the basketball season. Football, it's 10 days out of a 365-day life. And most of them are Sundays. And I should have gone to church a little more often in those years. But, well, it was only the 2 years. So if you go, it's literally like it's again, this is where we go to my mantra, my saying here of it's like the bare minimum of commitment that you have to do. Like just that little bit. 10 days, go to 10 Browns games. That's this Thursday night one. Oh, I can't. Masked Singer is on. Or whatever really stupid reason. I bet you 9 out of 10 times it's a stupid reason. It is a dumb reason. Now, people will drop their lives. It's one where we're like, I understand with Dad, a particular event is canceled for tonight. It's Jam Nights out in Avon Lake. And they canceled it. But it's held at a sports bar. And at the same time, knowing whom the musicians are who are heavily involved in it. I mean, I personally would have canceled it. As big of a sports fan as I am, and a little bit of a musician as I am, I would have still done the Jam Night. This isn't like Game 7 of the World Series. That's one where you cancel the Jam Night probably. Because then you divert it to making the money as a sports bar. Arguably, you could do that the same with this particular place, but it's not that good a sports bar. So, you know, they have live music like every night of the week. So do the Jam Night. Just me, my opinion. But a well-researched opinion. So I know the place. Anyhow, I'm going to do this part here. Dave Hughes should be calling shortly. We're going to do our little NFL thing. We'll get through week 10 fairly quickly, hopefully, because that was a disaster for both of us. Oh, was it bad? It was so bad. It was bad. It was really bad. It was really, really bad. So we'll go through a quick pick 'em. Probably talk more Browns Steelers since it is the kickoff of week 11 in the NFL. Same people, and they're going to go at you and say, oh, we told you the Indians weren't going to make the playoffs. Their season was over in May. Oh, it was the middle of June, and we said it's over, and we knew it. It was over. They're the same ones who right now with the Browns sitting at 3-6 and probably going to lose tonight. They're like, Browns are going to the playoffs. We're going to make it. We're going to win 8 straight. We're going to do it. The same people. Probably. Yeah, don't worry about the pulling up the picks, Dave. This way I can real quickly, well, not worry, but, you know, just get to it as you can because real quick, I want to tell you all with traffic, turn on your damn headlights. Just do it. It's 5 o'clock at night. Just have them on. Just be ready for it. I mean, the time change screwed you up that badly? In the weather, 32 degrees, cloudy. Have a high of 37 tonight. The low of 25 occurred earlier today. It's hoodie and coat weather. Put on the hoodie, put on the coat. Hey, other thing being in the news, did you know there are 3 distinct branches of government? I had some lady, real righteous, super liberal Oklahoman, tell me that I must have been sleeping during civics class because I appeared to not know that there are 3 distinctive branches of government. Because what I said is that this whole impeachment hearing just looks like one side covered in mud, slinging mud at the other side that's covered in mud, slinging mud back at the first side. That's all politics is. We're so sick and tired of this freaking 2-party system. But apparently that means I'm a moron who didn't pay attention in high school. And apparently it's the judicial, legislative, and executive branches, not snap, crackle, and pop. I thought they made all our decisions. Oh, I thought the three parts were the automotive industry, big banks, and healthcare. Turns out those aren't the 3. Those are the 3. However, if you were to ask Shifty Schiff, Jason Schiff, Joe Schiff, Alan Schiff, whatever the hell, I don't really care. Didn't we do a project together about them? Yeah, like you talk about high school. Adrian jumping right on in there. I was in high school government, like the actual government. I ran for treasurer and was the vice president. Like I was good. We had the class we had together was health. Wasn't that the only class we had together? Knowing greenhouse, stockhouse, fat house, whatever the hell his name was. Knowing he was our PE teacher, but he's really big in government stuff. He wrote me a glowing letter of recommendation to get into college. But I'm not as dumb as you look. I say to whoever in the audience is willing to take that insult handedly. So hey, since he's gonna call in a minute, I'll do the commercial for Dave Hughes. This Guy's Painting, 440-715-3282, or message This Guy's Painting on the Facebook. That's right, you can get a hold of him on there. Oh, you know what? I can play this song in the background for my background music because I think it fits This Guy's Painting. He and I have had lengthy discussions about music. That's not true. Short discussions in which we barely talk about music. But even if this isn't what he's into, this looks like what he'd be into. It sounds like what he looks like he would be into. This music right here. Good song for the Daves. Dave Hughes, This Guy's Painting. We had French together both years. The lady who sung the morning song, I think we had Chia. Did we really have Chia together? That was the first time or the second time where I actually almost got expelled because of her. You want to hear a great story? We'll talk about that. The government social studies class, was it brief? Let's see. Because the health I remember for sure. French, I feel really bad because I tried real hard in that class, so I was paying no attention to anyone else in it. Let's see. What fiche? Fiche? That's my French. That's how bad my French is. Fish. The Chia thing. The best one I remember was when she wasted a day of our learning. Yeah, Mr. Davis, Monsieur DV. He loved me too. Well, at least he wanted to love me, I think. Again, another story altogether. There's a lot of stuff Chia couldn't say. Wasted a day of our lives writing names for her cat, for her new damn cat on the board, asking us to vote on it. My favorites were somebody said Mr. Bigglesworth. You can see we got Dr. Evil right up there. Mr. Bigglesworth. And then of course mine, which again I stole this too, but I told her she should name her cat Tigglebitties. No, you must have been in the first incarnation when we were. Would we both have been morning of 9/11? See, this is the important thing here. We had some of the same teachers, but not at the same time, because she almost kicked me out of her class on the afternoon of 9/11. That was another one. So you and I both stood up for the same reasons. Was she changing the channel in the morning classes already? Bitch. So anyway, hey, this guy's painting is a small local painting company. They will do interior and exterior work. If you want exterior work done right now, though, I would have a deep conversation with Dave, because whether he's going to be doing that in a blizzard, I'm not sure. Reasonable prices, and they are insured. Mention you heard it here from Mark Warren and receive a free estimate. That's right. Virtually no one's time is free anymore, but Dave will give you some of his precious time for free if you mention that you heard about his business here on the Warren Brothers Broadcasting Network. You can expect a quality job done by this guy's painting, owned and operated by Dave Hughes, the aforementioned fella himself. You can reach him at 440-715-3282 or on Facebook, This Guy's Painting. The phone number again, though, is 440-715-3282. Don't forget, mention Mark Warren, Paul Warren, Warren Brothers Broadcasting Network, Warren Brothers Sports Show, Warren Road, the city of Warren, Ohio, Warren County. Say the word Warren. Say your favorite running back of all time is Chris Warren. Say your favorite politician of all time is Elizabeth Warren. Say, I think I was at a gig one time and I heard Carmen Warren playing guitar. Just Warren. Warren. And you receive a free estimate. That's all it takes. All it takes. You had to get a whole new schedule that day. All right. You were coming back from surgery. Man, Adrian. All right. There should be somber music behind this. I get the feeling that's not going to happen because I don't think I have. Oh, you know what? I think I have something. The one song sounds good. We'll do this for you, Adrian. For the Adrian Eisman getting kicked out of Ms. Chia's story. I had to get a whole new schedule that day. I was coming back from surgery, and she kicked me out because she hadn't seen my face that whole month and told me to go to the office. So they rearranged my face. Oh, the punching and the kicking, the screaming and the shouting. They beat me in the office that day. They took their blows, fist by fist, slap and tickle. They rearranged my face like none other. I sat in the office and I watched the TVs with the admins. We watched on 9/11 as those planes crashed into the buildings. The towers fell and my face was rearranged just as my schedule was. I had a surgery. That's a key component to the story. I actually feel kind of bad about doing this sort of mocking thing here, but it got a couple laughs, so there you go. It happened on 9/11 even too. I'm really coming across as being a jerk. I didn't mean to. Because you put rearranged. So I went, did they beat you? Just because we went to a Cleveland public school didn't mean we were beat every day. We were beat down on some days because we had teachers like Ms. Chia. Today we're going to learn about my new cat. Isn't this trigonometry? How about some math? I mean, you're Asian, good at it. Teach us what you. Hey, the phone's ringing. That can save me some racism.
Miss Chia calling.
Yeah, watch. Is this Miss Chia? That damn cat's still alive? That cat would be like 18 years old at this point. Hey, Dave, give me a sec. I'm going to mess around with my tablet here so I know that your audio is coming through, because that was apparently a problem we had when Paul called. But I just want to make sure, as I check a couple of things here, that we're getting. Yeah, earlier. Did you hear most of it or none of it? Okay, good. Right, but on the last episode, I couldn't hear him at all. So I'm going to run this quick test real quick. So I just want you to talk like you normally would, just about whatever nonsense you feel like talking about for about a minute. Maybe like do a little pre. You know what? Tell us how badly we did in our picks, because I don't think either of us were even 500.
ESPN to get my picks up because they weren't coming in. I got that taken care of. So yeah, hopefully these are better than last week. Because they weren't coming in. Sounding any better if I got that taken care of. So yeah,
well,
myself as well.
Hey, all right. So I think I missed the first couple of moments, but I think I figured out what it is. I got to remember to just stick people when they call on speaker, because that seems to be what the problem was. Because it sounded like I heard you. You obviously can't listen to yourself because you're on your phone, which also would be your streaming device on which to watch the show. Adrian, since you're active in the chat, and as my intern Adrian, and even worse with the way Paul had me set this camera up, it looks like I'm talking down at you. Intern Adrian Lewinsky, go ahead and let me know if you can hear Dave. You're in the chat, so do that. That'll help because you're listening. And if you missed the first minute and a half or so, that means I hadn't figured it out yet. But it seems like I know what I'm doing almost. Maybe. Adrian, come on, chime in. Where are you at? Hey, all right, so.
You're getting it, but you're not quite there.
Wait, who's getting what? I'm not getting anything. Maybe syphilis.
Yeah, that's what I said. You got to go to Pittsburgh for that.
That's right. They're shipping it in by the busload tonight. Pittsburgh fans loaded with syphilis. You can barely hear him. The tough thing is I got him cranked all the way up. Well, just make sure you talk loud, buddy.
All right. Is that loud enough?
Yeah, just
my neighbors can hear me now.
Just scream the whole time. You'll have cops banging on your door. Why are you so loud? I'm on the phone.
We don't need no cops banging on my door. They'll be here for something else.
We won't advertise that. Let's see. Yes, I can hear you now. Wait, me or him? Because I'm always loud. You're never going to not hear me. I can mute my mic. I'm pretty sure you still hear me. I've done that actually. Because again, I'm not good at running the board. All right, hey, so real fast.
Can you hear me? Oh, we got an LOL.
Yeah, okay, so she can hear you. I've got you cranked. I don't think I can get any louder on almost anything. I've pulled just about everything up to the max levels that I can figure to do. Didn't you ask me to listen for him and not you? Yeah, I know what I asked you. I don't always get the answers that I want, because I'll constantly ask people damn questions and they won't give me an answer to the actual question. Hey, this happened at my other gig. I deliver pizzas once a week, and there was a particular piece that I would have needed to put together so they could use the one particular fryer. I could use the other fryer. I don't know. Do you want me to put the piece back together? Yes or no? You didn't say yes or no, so I didn't do it. It's 5 minutes later. Hey, do you have that piece back together? Because I think I need it. I'm going to use that fryer. You could have just said yes 5 minutes ago and it already be put back together. So it's not that I'm mad at you, Adrian. I'm just saying I'm very used to people not answering the question that I asked and merely just saying things. Hey, Dave.
Seems to be the routine of the show.
Well, that's something different. That's just me. Wait a minute. Did I unmute myself again? Oh, good. Wait, what? All right. So long as you can hear me. Your chat disconnected for a second. Could have caused some confusion. All right. Hey, so Dave, what did you finish off with as a record from last week's pick'ems?
So last week, let me see if I can pull it up. I was having some technical issues. AT&T wouldn't allow me to get to my picks, so I had to call them. And they said we had an outstanding bill, but yet I'm streaming you on my laptop right now. So I don't know how we could have an outstanding bill and still be using internet.
That's a problem I've had with that particular company before as well.
Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't even have said their name.
Oh, that's okay.
Shout out. So I won only 5 games last week. Wow.
So you were 5-7, huh?
Yeah, no, 5 and 8.
There were 13 games?
Yeah, 13.
Oh, I didn't count the Thursday one.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm counting that one because I have that on it. So yeah, I was 5-7.
How did I do?
I don't know. I didn't write yours down. Remember?
Yeah, I know.
But you probably didn't do much better.
No, because one was I had Cincy over Baltimore. We both had New Orleans over Atlanta. What's that?
That was a bad game.
However, I did have Tampa Bay over Arizona. That was one in which we differed. Ooh, you had Minnesota over Dallas. What?
You lost the Arizona Tampa Bay game.
What do you mean I lost it?
If you had the Buccaneers.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I had the Buccaneers.
Lost, buddy.
Yeah, Tampa Bay won that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had the Buccaneers.
Yeah, but Arizona was getting 4.5.
Oh, we're not going that route with it. We're going that far?
Yeah, we're doing the spread.
Ugh. All right. Well, here, let's just get into week 11 because week 10 is just too annoying.
I agree.
Especially since now I know we got to know the spread, too.
Yeah, man. I was reading that with the spread.
I didn't care about it. That's why I was just picking them. Now I gotta go face first into the spread. Man, I was just going ass backwards into the spread. Maybe I should do what my segment's called.
Well, so my part of it will be face first into the spread, and you can be back ass into the spread or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. You're going face first into the spread. I'm going ass backwards into it.
There we go.
Hey, Adrian, keep me posted on whether you can still hear him because I accidentally hit a button and now everything sounds all echoey. I don't know if that's affecting anything. Let me listen to something real quick. As I'm just terrible at this thing that I do. Let me listen to something real quick. As I'm just terrible at this thing that I do. Let me listen to something real quick. See, now it's just gonna play the replay over and over again. Here, I'll mute my mic. See, now it's just going to play the replay over and over again. Here, I'll mute my mic. See, now it's just going to play the replay over and over again. Here, I'll mute my mic. Hey, Dave, say something again. Talk for a minute about specific matchups for this week. Hey, Dave, say something again. Talk for a minute about specific matchups for this week.
First matchup of the year should be exciting. The Browns are without, I think, Olivier Vernon and maybe somebody in the secondary. Of course, Steelers without Ben Roethlisberger, but I think they got James Conner coming back tonight. So it should be a pretty good matchup. Steelers, I think, have won 4 in a row. We've won 1 in a row. But yeah, it should be a good, exciting Thursday night matchup finally. Most of these games are bad, but this one should be all right.
Hey, I wanna thank Russell Phillips for chiming in, like the remix thing. I hope that's something I've done numerous times now on accident. Why, you know Russell Phillips?
Yeah, man, that's my dude.
Dude, hey, he's one of the guys from one of those other things that we talked about, isn't he?
He might be. I've talked about him before.
I thought so. I know I've seen that name, or heard it or something. Yeah. He's not one of those guys from that other podcast, right?
No, he's my best friend, man. He didn't do any of our stuff from school or anything like that.
No, I was talking about that one that you were telling me about, and he wound up calling the other show, but that's not him. That's the other guy.
No, yeah, that was one of my other buddies. Yeah, this guy, I'm surprised he's really even listening.
Russell, thanks for listening. Hey, all right, so we'll skip Browns Steelers right now. Let's get into every single game for the week so we can knock that out, and then we'll talk Browns Steelers at the end.
Okay, yeah, because actually Russ is only listening because he's going to pop over after this is done.
Oh, all right.
So once you're wrapped up here. But all right, let's start with the Atlanta Falcons, who won last week, surprisingly, getting 5.5 points against the Carolina Panthers.
All right. I'm taking Panthers.
Okay. I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons on that one.
First
game we already differ.
Watch Atlanta be the team that everybody's dreaming the Browns are going to be, and they go and they win, and they win. What would it be like the rest of the season, finish 9-7 and magically make the playoffs or something? That'd just be silly.
I don't know if they can do that. There might be some other teams that are going to block them out even with the 9-7 record.
True. I was just making a joke about Atlanta, though, and the Browns, quite frankly, and just us.
I'm telling you, the Browns are on the rise, but we'll get to that one at the end.
Fair enough.
Next, we have the Buffalo Bills, who we beat last week, giving 5.5 to the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, I got to take Buffalo in that one.
Okay, I took Buffalo also. Then we have the Dallas Cowboys giving 4.5 to the Detroit Lions.
Ooh. Never know what to do with the Lions.
It's a good game because the Lions, their record don't show it, but they're still a decent team. But the Cowboys are a pretty exceptional team right now. I like what they're doing over there.
But it's tough because the Cowboys are coming off of a loss. and a loss where they kind of look bad. Oh, they played a good second half. I will say that. And I got to take Dallas over Denver, though. Dallas looks like the better team.
You mean Detroit? You said Denver.
Yeah, them too. I said Denver.
Yeah.
It's the way I write them down. It says DE.
Right, just initial.
Right, I can't read my own handwriting. My handwriting is so.
The Lions with the points on that one.
Okay, so we differ on that one. My handwriting's so bad that when I write down Detroit, it looks like Denver. T's look like N's. For years, I thought, what does NTA stand for? Oh, it's been TNA. Well, what's that stand for? Hey, what's the next game?
Next we have Denver Broncos, and they're getting 10.5 points against Minnesota Vikings. And then, just so you know, I'm going to read the home team second on all of these.
That helps out. Okay. I'm taking Minnesota over Denver. I don't love those points, but I don't care how good your offense is. How good Denver's defense is. Minnesota still probably puts up 20-some points, and Denver's not scoring 24 again like they do against bad defenses. At least the defense that looked bad that Sunday.
I was a little weary of the too, but I went with the Broncos on this one. They're coming off bye week. I still don't know if they got Joe Flacco back or not, or if they even care.
Yeah, it'd be better off without him almost.
So, yeah, I'm looking for the Broncos to keep it within 10 points. Even though that Minnesota offense is pretty high powered.
Yeah, and I mean I don't disagree with you on that Denver take. That's actually something I can get behind because 10 is a big point spread. Man, but there must be reason for it. Because I mean if Ohio State's got a 44-point spread over Maryland and then beats them 73-14, it turns out they were right.
44, that's a hell of a point spread right there.
And I think it's 50 over Rutgers this weekend. That's just nuts.
I heard something like that, like it was in the 50s. I didn't believe it, but
I still kind of don't.
I'll be 5 out here on Sunday morning. So I was thinking about doing actually some of these NFL games. I obviously won't be there to do the Buckeyes.
Ooh, that'd be fun. Just be careful of parlays. You know, that's your biggest bet. That's your gamble. You can do it. You can rake, but you get those first 5, then that 6th one doesn't come through, and you're tearing your clothes and fighting waitresses.
I was thinking about picking 3 or 4 of these games and trying to parlay them.
Okay, 3 or 4. If you can find a 3 or 4 parlay, you're in good shape. But again, those parlays, they're the best and they're the worst all at the same time.
Yeah, I didn't want to go too big, but I figure there's probably 3 games I can pick out of here that I feel confident in.
Right. If you can find a 3-game parlay, I don't know if they do that. I always heard 5s or 6s, maybe 4. If you can find a 3.
I think they do. I think I just seen a ticket where somebody won like $50,000 off a $2 parlay or something a week or 2 ago.
Hey, so what do you got next after Minnesota Denver?
Yeah. Okay, we're at the Jacksonville Jaguars getting 2.5 points from the Indianapolis Colts.
I got to go Colts.
I have the Colts as well. I think Nick Foles is coming back this week too for the Jaguars. Or maybe he came back last week. I really don't know.
I'd rather have Uncle Rico.
Then Nick Foles, yeah, me too.
Although, to be honest with you, just think Nick Foles is he? How is it that he can't keep a job in the NFL? Fine, he's injured. I get that in Jacksonville, and that people like the backup more than him. He was the backup in Philly and couldn't keep that job. And he had a job before that. He was the Rams quarterback, wasn't he? Or he got traded after his first go around in Philly.
He was in Philly, went to the Rams, went back to Philly, won the Super Bowl, now in Jacksonville. But yeah, it's like the Trent Dilfer thing. Like, everybody wants to hold him to a high standard because he won a Super Bowl in Baltimore. But the team was good, not the quarterback.
I got to say, though, Foles is a much better quarterback than Trent Dilfer.
I wouldn't say much better. He just held it together.
I mean, just quite frankly, for the holding it together and the other guy not. I mean, yeah, he's the better quarterback and he's got far higher upside. If you're only ever going to wait for upside, you might as well just keep the good quarterback and get rid of the other guy because Foles won you a Super Bowl. Sometimes it's not about what you can do; it's about what you did. It still doesn't sound smart. I can't make that a sound argument even in my own heart of hearts. But in a way it makes sense. You know, I don't know. Let's go on to the next game before I get all like angry at myself for being dual-minded.
Next, this is going to be a pretty good game, I think. The New Orleans Saints giving 5.5 points to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, that is hard. Oh, that's tough. Especially knowing it's in Tampa Bay. It's going to be like a 36-31 victory for the Saints or something, so it won't even cover the spread. I'm taking New Orleans.
It's covered by a half point.
Oh, because they're giving. All right. I'm still taking New Orleans.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm taking New Orleans as well. I think they're going to win that game. Wow, and now we got a horrible game here. Got the New York Jets getting 1.5 against Washington Redskins.
I'm taking. Oh, geez, that's tough because the Jets just beat the Giants, even though they look like garbage against the Dolphins. And Washington can't beat anybody. But Haskins
Somebody, they're 1-8.
won, and it was Miami. I'm taking the Jets.
I have the Jets as well in that, and they're getting the point. They're getting the point and a half too.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting that. I don't know. Vegas, so they know. That might be one of my games I bet with this week. We'll call that the pick of lock, right? And then you come up with something for that.
Hey, here's your lock. Here's the one for you to go head first into.
Right.
Right.
The head first lock.
The head first deep dive.
Next, we have the Houston Texans getting 4.5 points against the Baltimore Ravens.
I almost don't even want to pick. Here's what I'll do. Reverse psychology. Baltimore over Houston. And just start a fire.
All right, I'm going with Houston on that. They're getting the points. I don't know if they win that game outright, but it should be an exciting game.
I just want Baltimore to lose. And that's stupid, but that's how I feel. Sometimes I feel.
Well, it don't matter right now. It looks like they're taking the AFC North.
Yeah, and especially because, God forbid we beat the Steelers and Baltimore still wins, and then it's all just stupid. Then it gets really stupid. Then Baltimore actually looks like a really good team, especially if they beat the Texans. You've beaten the Patriots and Texans in the same season, and the Seahawks too. Screw you, Baltimore.
Does look like a really good team.
Don't they?
And I wasn't a fan of Lamar Jackson in the beginning. I don't even like Joe Flacco, but I wondered why they got rid of Joe Flacco for Lamar Jackson. But I was completely wrong on that.
I had them finishing third in this division. So, I mean, I reviewed those. I've got our notes again. I brought those back up. I found them. You and I are idiots.
Right?
What the hell do we know? Hey, let's go with our next guaranteed pick, which we're so sure we're going to get right.
Deep dive.
Deep dive.
All right. This is a good one. This is interesting. Arizona Cardinals eating 13.5 against the San Francisco 49ers.
I think the Cards just continue to I should make a funny joke here. The Cards continue to shuffle around. There we go. The Cards keep flying face first into windows because they're birds. The Cardinals, it's just a downward spiral for them the rest of the year. Maybe they win one more game, but they blew.
Could that be against the Browns?
Oh, their only other win, and I'm dressed in all red like I'm a big Cardinals fan too. On top of it,
yeah, look at you. Got your Cardinal gear on.
I'm a clown. That's what I am. I'm a clown, just like all of our politicians are. I'm taking Niners all the way, bro.
I have the Niners off, so.
Okay.
I think they'll cover that. And then we have the Cincinnati Bengals, the winless Cincinnati Bengals, against driving 5-4 Oakland Raiders. Wow. The Bengals are getting 10.5 from Oakland.
That feels high. I'm still taking Oakland, though.
Doesn't it? Yeah, I'm taking Oakland as well, but wow. 10.5 on that game.
You're going to see a lot of that the rest of the year with Cincinnati, though, when they decided to bench Dalton. That's going to be the big difference maker.
I'm going to switch my pick. I'm going to take the Bengals with the points on that.
Wow, look at you.
I think I'm going to lock that as a deep dive. dive.
That's a deep dive. Deep dive number 2. Going for seconds on the deep dive.
I'm trying to get 3 of them.
Trying to find 3 deep dives. Make it a good night for everybody. You'll be stuffed on all these deep dives. I'm mixing the metaphors myself. I don't know which route I'm going with. Go and have seconds. Heck, get yourself thirds. It's a buffet. Yeah, that's right. And apparently it's still spelunking too. Don't get caught in a cave. All the metaphors are there for every single route you can go with it. I'm running more routes than old BJ himself. No, I'm sorry. That was Gordon who didn't know how to run routes. So what's the next game, Dave? Oh, you hit a button?
I don't have the next matchup.
No, that's all right.
Hold on.
I don't know how to run a board. Hopefully people have been able to hear you this whole time. I mean, I tested it twice. I think I got it. Adrian stopped talking. Her chat's gone.
Yeah, you're not getting updates over there, right? The
Yeah.
last one was better, and that was right when we started.
Well, and then it was working again because I double-checked myself to make sure. I'm hardly hearing anything in my headphones, but that's because I might have just blown out my headphones. I don't even know. That's my problem.
Okay, all right, I got it back up.
Okay.
All right, next game, Super Bowl matchup from a couple years ago. New England Patriots against the Philadelphia Eagles, with Philadelphia getting 3.5.
All right, you got wait, Philly versus who?
New England.
Philly getting 3.5,
Yes.
and they're the home team.
Yes.
Ah, shit. I'm taking New England.
Yeah, I have New England as well, but that's a tough one. New England might lose that game with the spread.
Right. Nah, I got to take New England. I think their last game was their loss against the Ravens, right? And they just have their bye week.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So they should be prepared for it.
Oh, New England's just going to be brutal in Philly. They'll win like 51-17. Just my gut. All right. So you can still hear or you can still hear, Adrian? You can still hear. So I can still hear, which I mean I can still hear, which you can still hear. I'm a jerk. We apparently didn't take English class together. We wouldn't still be friends now because anytime you talk, I'd be like, "Hey, Adrian, do you mean?" No, that's not true. She's actually really smart. I think. Weren't you one of the smartest kids in our school, Adrian? Something? I mean, if you showed up, Miss Chia kicking you out of class because you. What?
Listening to your show.
Oh, listening to my show will just make you dumber. Dumber's not even a word.
That's the point.
Thanks, Dave. Dave, what's the next game?
All right, I think we're at the Sunday night matchup between the Chicago Bears getting 6.5 against the LA Rams.
Yeah, I'm taking Rams.
I took the Bears with that one.
Well, good for you. I really don't see.
Isn't that good right now?
You know what? The Bears aren't either. I think is this yet another year where they're averaging less than 20 points a game?
The Bears probably are at this point.
Right. I like Trubisky because he's a local kid.
So, did you hear the story about Hugh Jackson not wanting Mitch Trubisky? About that came out last week.
Huh. So wait, that wound up being his call at the end of all of it?
Apparently, he went in there and told the Haslams that if you draft this kid, you're gonna ruin the locker room. You're gonna disconnect the locker room. These guys aren't gonna want to play. All this other shit.
Ultimately, Hugh Jackson was doing a fine enough job of keeping that locker room disconnected and bridge over troubled water for sure. He had so many damn bridges built in there, dividing everybody. Hugh Jackson didn't need help doing it. That's that's why my favorite story from all the crap that's happened in these last few years is the nonsense that happened between him and Haley, and why it led to maybe some of the best football we've seen in the last 10 years was because it took complete destruction from two enormous type A morons who couldn't so much as have a conversation with one another that they both got canned. And for Hugh, it's so much stuff with Hugh. That dude, I kind of want to watch this expose on him that's going to be on TV tonight. Whatever weird, stupid sit-down interview with him and his sobbing wife as they're hanging out at someone.
Why are they having something of Hugh Jackson on TV the night of the Browns Steelers?
Well, just because it sweeps and it's an interview, and that way they can talk to him and he can say whatever stupid nonsense, whatever BS he feels like, and it'll go from there. I mean, it's a nothing story. Yeah, it's stupid, but I know me. I'm gonna want to know, and I'm gonna get mad, and I'm gonna say stupid stuff about it tomorrow, and it's gonna be funny. Especially because now that he's the deputy out in Avon Lake.
Oh man, I don't know if you're talking, but you cut out in my phone.
I did? Are you still there? You still not hear nothing? Do you hear something now? Dave. Dave. Dave.
Hello?
Dave. Dave? Hey, Dave. Oh, David. Oh, no. Have we lost you, Dave? Dave. Oh, Dave. Dave. You can't hear me on the phone? Can you hear me on the show?
I got nothing. Not on the phone. You on the show?
Well, then we'll wrap this up.
Me on the show, but I can't hear you on the phone.
And it's funny because I can hear you in the background. Let's wrap up with the last two.
Okay, so our Monday night game is the Kansas City Chiefs giving the Chargers 3.5 points.
Kansas City.
I'm taking Kansas City as well.
All right, wrap it up with your Browns thing.
It's going to be tonight's game. The Pittsburgh Steelers getting 2.5 points against the Cleveland Browns.
What have you got?
I'm taking the Steelers on that one.
Do you know what I'm doing? I'm abstaining. I can't. I wash my hands of this. I'm not picking anybody.
No way, you have to make a pick.
It's going to end in a tie.
There's 2.5 points being given in this game.
Browns. I got to. I know. I was saying I'm gonna pick against the Browns all the rest of the year and all sorts of nonsense. I gotta take them. They're my team. The feedback is bad, isn't it?
That feedback was horrible.
Well, Dave, I'm gonna let you go, but that wraps it up pretty well, I think, right? This Mickey Mouse operation we got going on here.
I think it does, man. I can't believe we made it through this with the bad of the sound, but hopefully we do better this week than we did last week.
All right, buddy. The sound only really screwed us up there at the end. That was the worst part. Someone who wants to play the bagpipes and learn from YouTube. Masterclass. You can learn. Dave, thanks for joining us.
All right, Mark, we'll talk to you next week, man.
All right, text me later, buddy.
All right, take care later, buddy. All right, later.
All right, bye. Wait, who said home slice? I think there was somebody else there. All right. Well, hey, that all worked out, kinda, sort of. Where did that come from? A woman with what? That wasn't. Huh. That's all weird. That's weird. Weird, wild stuff. That's something just interjected in there, or it was just said, I'm a woman with. And I don't know, like a commercial started playing out of nowhere. I love this song. Can you hear it in the monitor?
No.
No, you don't hear the song coming through?
No.
It's Gay Time. That's the title of the song. And it's my favorite song that we play here, outside of the other one that's pretty close to my favorite, but that's usually intro music. It's usually intro for something, but I'm not doing that because I screwed it up, the timeline. But anyway, it just means I got to play that one next when it's time. So I hope you all enjoyed that segment. That's us, what do we call it? Our deep dives into the spread. And Dave had a couple of actual deep dive picks. So just want to tell everybody again how much I appreciate you watching this, as well as, hopefully you're getting something out of it. The unfortunate thing is there's going to be a lot more Browns talk in the last segment coming up. And I have virtually no baseball stuff. Maybe I'll touch on the baseball real quick. A lot of being kind of heavy-handed on the Cavs stuff. And if you are in the live chat or you are currently watching, jump into the live chat. Let us know what you think. I mean, I won't care. Do you heard it, right? That'll be our new thing. Nailed it! You can't hear the song? How can you not hear is that loud enough for you now? Hey, I'm a woman with. Well, we're pretty far behind on that there. I was supposed to let you know on traffic. Turn on your damn headlights. Also in the weather is it's 32 degrees and cloudy. That's why you need your damn headlights on. There's a high of 37 later on today, and the low is 35. 25, which was earlier. Why? That song gets loud. Like that input, I barely. It's at like 1 or whatever it is. It's like, well, that says infinity. That's the opposite. But that's of whatever plus 20 is on the high end. This is like, negative 19 then. No, it's below negative 60. Something. It's low. That sounded like it was blasting. The phone call comes in. I got to crank it to plus 20. Stuff that we talk about in the biz.
You want my prediction on the Browns today?
We are going to go to executive producer Dad with his prediction on the Cleveland Browns Pittsburgh Steelers matchup tonight.
Pittsburgh by a touchdown.
Go ahead, say it again, Dad.
Pittsburgh by a touchdown.
Pittsburgh will beat Cleveland by a touchdown.
That's what I think.
So that is what Dad's got. So 7-0. You don't have to put a number on it. Just a touchdown's good.
I wouldn't put a number on it. That's what I think they'll get one more touchdown or whatever the Browns do.
Because I've gone two different ways with it. I don't know if it's 24-16. I don't know if it's 14-13. But in my gut, I feel like it's going to be one or the other. It's going to be roughly a touchdown or just hey, we've got a fantasy football question even. I guess, yeah, forget the commercials and stuff. I kind of just do that as a first hour thing. Second hour, more free form, unless I've really got nothing to talk about. But today I've got stuff to talk about. So want to remind everyone, if you don't see it in the live chat, Dave Hughes and his deep dive, lock 'em up, go in for thirds picks here at the buffet. I don't know. They're swimming metaphors. Broncos by 10.5, Jets by 1.5, Bengals plus 10.5. So go ahead, take them and wipe your ass with them. I don't know. So Breeze or Jackson is here is the fantasy football question from Adrian. Hey, Who should I start on my fantasy team as my QB? Breeze, Prescott, Brissett, or Lamar Jackson? This obviously isn't in a league, right? This is where you're the king of your draft and all that stuff. You have all those people to select from. Ooh, I should probably sign up for some of that tonight. Anyway, so you're depending on how much QB gets from passing yards, because Breeze is going to light up that Tampa Bay defense. That's the big thing. You look at who the other team's playing. Although don't let that shoot yourself in the foot if you've already got a good idea of what you want to do. With the Bengals facing. I'm sorry, not the Bengals. With the Ravens facing Houston, Lamar might get shut down. It'd be about time. We need to see that. We need to see a defense actually figure out Lamar Jackson in this brilliant defense. Special keeper league, and basically we go for TDs mostly. That is a very special keeper league. If you've been able to keep all 4 of those guys as your quarterback, holy cow. What, are there only like 6 teams? They have that many quarterbacks on your roster? Usually it's 2, maybe 3. It's amazing. Been around for over 20 years? So who's still got Brett Favre on their roster? No, it's funny if you go for a commentator. I should have said like Chris Carter. You got to cut him now. He just got fired again. I'm getting too deep into my own joke. It's stupid anyhow. Who are the other quarterbacks even? I'm not taking Brissett. I'm not starting Brissett any game. If those are my 4 quarterbacks to choose from, I'm looking to trade him, honestly. If there's a team who doesn't have, 4 great quarterbacks. And Prescott, Detroit's not known for their defense. Their defense is better this year, isn't it? I'm going Breeze. I'd probably just play Breeze. Dak might. Well, see, but Lamar, if it's based on touchdowns, what did Lamar just come off of? A 6 touchdown performance, right? Threw for 4, ran for 2. Wasn't it something stupid like that? Drew Brees. Yeah. He can throw you 5 on his own. It's weird with the Drew Brees thing because they got that white kid, the lefty, comes off the bench. He'll just come in and score touchdowns. It's like 2 straight weeks he's done that. Or 2 of the last 3 weeks. It was just 2 weeks before. That kid who, he's basically his backup quarterback, but they went out and got Teddy Bridgewater to be Drew Brees' backup quarterback. He wears number 7. What the hell? He's returning kicks. He can play some quarterback. He's like if Joe Theismann was talented. Theismann did that. And that's the thing. Hill. He's not Tyreek or Tyrone, but it starts with a T. It's like the white version name of those names. Because, like Tyrone or Tyreek, that's not a white dude. His name's Taysom. Tossum. I thought it was going to be Taylor. The whitest name around. Yeah, stick with Breeze. So after all that, I am mildly I'm racial. That's what I am. Tyson Hill. It's Tyson. Is that it? It doesn't matter. But thank you. That actually, it helped. So there's a fantasy football thing for you there. Yeah, so QB, trade Brissett for see, you're gonna have to get him added. I don't know. That's on you, Adrian. You gotta find somebody, or is it RJ? I don't want to be sexist here, but it's fantasy football. Not a lot of. Are you basically living out the television show with the league? Because that'd be hilarious. You help him with his team, you get into the league. That'd be funny. Cleveland Browns. All right, we talked ad nauseum. Indians. No, I mean Cavs. Talked ad nauseum. Cavs. We did football. Only baseball thing is Verlander winning the Cy Young, beating out his own teammate Garrett Cole. What I find to be pretty cool is that Shane Bieber or Mike Clevenger could easily be Cy Young candidates next year. There are some rumors even that Klub could wind up in the conversation. I am intrigued by what Corey Kluber could possibly do this year. Ooh, Hunt and Eckler. Good couple of backs to have there, Davey. See, I can't do fantasy football all like that anymore. I don't even know if I have that very many buddies who are still in it. But I find it really cool that you're talking about being in the league 20 years ago. Well, I'm assuming, Dave, you probably traded that other one off last week. I figured it was you, Adrian. I figured. I just do that because you got both your names up there. And I wouldn't want to just assume that RJ doesn't do fantasy football. But it almost sounds like that's your lives. You're that couple. And then even better is see, he's the opposite as a kid though. And I do this every time. Logan, if your son Logan were like that kid, he's the complete opposite though, because he's quiet. Our kid's the little asshole kid. That would be funny. But that part of your life's the opposite. He's always ever been just an upstanding young man, in my opinion. So here we go. My little Browns spiel. What I'm going to give you. And I want to read your opinions on this. This is where I'm going to go with the penalties thing. And this is the comparison that I make. And since football is a much shorter season, it's why it's contracted in such a smaller way. Is that the way the Browns started off this year with their penalties, and you had a horrific first game, and you weren't very good the next two. But when you look statistically at it penalties-wise now, it's a lot like if a pitcher gets off to a bad start, or a hitter gets off to a bad start, or a shooter, whether it be a three-point shooter, or even at the free throw line in basketball, if they are just dismal, that first outing, those first 2 or 3 outings, those first 100 at-bats, and it's Jason Kipnis hitting a $1.90, or it's Corey Kluber with a 5.90 ERA, or it's Colin Sexton's three-pointers, which were pretty bad. Or you look at a guy like, I'll say it, it's because it's his game, LeBron James, and he's not shooting free throws very well to start a season. And then the numbers at the end of the year, at the very end of the year, and a Kluber ERA hovering around 4, or a Kipnis average around 240. Let's see, LeBron's 70-some free throw shooting percentage, which because he's really not a good free throw shooter. For a guy who can do almost anything else on a basketball court, and he can't hit the free throws. But Colin Sexton even, and I think his three-point shooting percentage was the highest amongst rookies and one of the highest in the NBA last season when the year ended out. That's a hard thing to do, to start poorly and have the numbers indicate anything else at the end of the year. Yeah, the Browns look really bad regarding penalties because you committed almost a record high for penalties in a home opener. So yeah, it's going to look bad all year, even though they've toned it down the last 2, 3, several weeks. Most weeks, penalty-wise, there's hiccups here and there, but you're going to commit about 6 to 10 a game, and that's pretty wide spectrum. I know I do that sometimes, but the penalties aren't the thing that are gonna show a barometer of how different these two teams are, because the Steelers, they're committing their roughly 9 or so penalties a game themselves, or whatever it was. I looked it up. It's, you know what? I'll go to it now. This is the whole reason why I got this thing. Oh, except not to turn it off. And what am I doing? Here we go. All right. What do you mean the live event will begin in a few moments? That's not what's supposed to say that there. Hey, so anyway, here we go. Not odds, stats, season stats. Here's the matchup. Here's what we're doing. This is what I'm doing, and why I brought up penalties. The Browns have committed 79 penalties. Do that math real quick. 9 games, 79 penalties. That's about 9 penalties a game. Starting the season with 18 to only average 9 penalties a game. You're not exactly right in the sweet spot where you want to be, but I think, is that the most in the NFL still? No way. 9 a game is the most in the NFL because you look at the Steelers penalties. They have 65. Hey, 9 divided by 65. That's 7. So the difference is 2 penalties a game. I mean, that's, and you probably have had people say the Steelers are far more disciplined. They're just better, and they're adults, and they don't poop their pants, and they won't walk out onto the stadium to even acknowledge the national anthem. I have a guy who served in the military. He's standing there alone every single game. He's one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL, and his last name's like Valenzuela. So it's not even like he's just some white dude. He's just all by himself, like for every single one, unless like Donald Trump and Roger Goodell and the NFL all force them all out there now. I don't know how any of that works. Apparently, hey, your Kaepernick buddy's going to have a tryout on Sunday or Saturday, not a tryout, an actual workout, some stupid nonsense. I'm not delving into that. If I feel like it tomorrow, I'll say something dumb about that dumb crap. But so 2 penalties a game, that's the difference. 9-7. The Browns commit a couple more penalties. That's the difference. This is the difference. This is what it's all about. The Steelers have forced 26 turnovers this year and only given it away 13 times. A plus 13 turnover differential. Cough it up about once a game. Force 3 turnovers a game. That's a damn good defense. And they're turning those turnovers into points.
That's where the other touchdowns coming from.
That's correct. That's how they can have a not very good offense. I haven't said this enough, I don't think. But the Steelers are not winning because Maya Rudolph, or whatever the hell his name is, playing quarterback for them, is blowing the league away. He's thrown 11 touchdown passes. It's about 1 a game. He's only thrown 4 picks. There's your difference in your little general right there. Baker's thrown 12 picks. Now he's gone 3 straight games without throwing a pick. I'm pretty happy to see that change. Let's make it 4. Maybe let's make it the touchdown interception mark a little more even. Throw a couple more. Chubbs run for 1 or 2. The Steelers don't necessarily have the best rush defense. However, as it stands right now, the Browns defense is 17th in the league, and the Steelers is 12th. There's literally like a 20-yard difference. The Browns give up 356, the Steelers 332. Very, very tight defensively. So with all of that being said, all of these things, points per game, Steelers 21, Browns 19. 19 is on top of it too. The last 2 games you scored, 19 points. Your year average, 19 points. You lose a game to Tennessee, you score 13. You win a game against the Jets, 23. What's the average there? Well, 18. But still, what you're looking at here is this is the biggest thing that the Browns defense needs to not give up the damn points. You can give up some yards, but you've given up 24 points a game to the Steelers 20. So that's the big thing we're looking at today. You're going to score about 19 or 20 points today. That's what the Browns will do. They better. You need to score 3 touchdowns. None of this field goals. Once you reach your red zone, going for it on 8th and goal. Well, maybe then you kick the field goal. If it's 8th and goal, you kick the field goal then. Just should have scored a touchdown. Score some damn touchdowns. 1 for Chubbs, 1 for Hunt, 1 for old BJ so he can double his total on the year. And all you Browns fans can stop freaking out about that fact. It's not Madden. The Browns weren't going to just score 56 points a game. It's not a video game on easy.
They think it's Ohio State player.
Right. This isn't college football where you can just annihilate and blow Rutgers or Maryland out of the water because they still look like high school kids. Whereas with the Cleveland Browns, you're playing the pros. There's reasons why these guys get paid their stupid, ridiculous, not really able to defend amounts of money. I'll be honest. End of the day here. This is where, if you got a shot at all as the Cleveland Browns to win this game, you're only going to do it is if you don't turn the damn ball over. That's not the song I want to play. If you don't turn the damn ball over and you force a couple of turnovers yourself, it's how you're going to win any game the rest of this season, and it's how you're going to win tonight. Pressure the quarterback, hurry Maya Rudolph, make him make bad decisions. Oh, that's why you couldn't hear it. It was because it wasn't the damn knobs. Start from the beginning because it's a good damn song. It's the one we open with. It's the one we end with. And the fact that it's playing tells you that it's ending. Want to thank Adrian Eisenman, intern Adrian, helping out a ton in that chat. Who's this random other person? What was that fella's name? I've lost him in the chat. Some person chimed in and actually appreciate that. People, Russell Phillips, want to thank you personally for typing in the chat. Anyone and everyone who watched and listened to this nonsense, with my brother roaming around Pennsylvania's countryside, my dad, executive producer dad, chiming in, helping out, posing excellent questions as he does and helps out. I want to thank Dave Hughes for calling in, owner and operator of This Guy's Painting, as well as co-hosts of what are we calling the segment? Dive Deep Into the Spread. Head first or ass backwards. That's your head first pick of the whatever. So Dave's got you on that. If you need painting done or if you want to know about football, that's Dave Hughes. And of course, as always, I can't do this show without him. Paul, Mr. Cleveland Warren himself. He called in, and this wouldn't be the Warren Brothers Sports Show if it weren't for Paul Warren. Or without me, your host, the other Warren brother, Mark Warren. Oh, I should probably make a pick or something. Tie ball game, 1919, because screw you and screw myself. Go Browns! Go Browns! For all those people I therefore previously mentioned, I've been Mark Warren. And until next time, this time has been the most recent. Go do something productive with your day. And drive with your headlights on!